Hey, what is up everyone? I am Sonic the Hedgehog here, and I'm Mario here. We are back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 for the Nintendo Switch. So, I believe last time we have managed to able to compete against with Team Diddy Kong in Tokyo Stadium, and also we had a rough time during the forms of well, let's just say we did manage to beat Diddy Kong in Rugby Sevens, and we did have a really great time on that particular event. And also we did manage to compete against with Shadow and Knuckles during new forms of in badminton doubles, and let me tell you, we just had a rough experience on that particular event somehow. And also, we did manage to compete against with Jet the Hawk in the actual football penalty shootout in the forms of in the Olympic Stadium. And today, we're about to be able to heading over to Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. Because of that though, we need to able to double check to see if, well, if anything else goes around. So either way though, we'll head over to there straight away. And hopefully we can able to actually just to find ourselves not only for those little question trivia tickets that we need to find. So in this case, 202 meters tall. Jeez, that's actually quite significantly taller than I expected. Well, no one there is like tall as Tokyo Skytree, that's for sure. Ooh, yo, if it isn't Tails and Luigi. What are you doing in a place like this? I wanted to check out the view from the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. But Metal Sonic and the Egg Pawns are blocking the way. I was looking forward to seeing all of Tokyo from the observatory too. Sure, I've got an entry pass to an Olympic canoe. Why? The entry pass I have is for Mokuhami Hums or Mims Hall B. You're kidding? You got a real situation happening. That's why we're here. Could we get that entry pass from you? Not for free, of course.
Hey.
We'll drive away Metal Sonic and the Egg Pawns so you can get up to your observatory.
Hey.
That works for me. Deal. Clear them all out of their way. I'm counting on you. So here we go with the next mini-game game room challenge, and this time around we're going to be doing with Metropolitan Goal Kick. And basically all you have to do here is the fact that we need to deal the amount of damage to Metal Sonic as you can see on screen. And because of that though, we need to get a lot of usage of that particular rugby ball, so that way we can able to actually just to get a massive kick, and that way we can able to deal the damage on the forms of Metal Sonic as you can see from that particular above from the building as you can see here. However though, here's the thing though, is the fact that well, basically we need able to actually just to snag those, you know, rugby ball to the forms of, you know, egg pawns as you can see right here. However, if you think to yourselves, you might as well able to actually dash along the way. But it turns out it's the fact that the more you run, the more tired you get. So as a result, you're gonna have to rely on the forms of that. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have that particular stamina meter, which I kind of wish they were actually included that. Because yeah, if you somehow manage to run too fast, as you can see, Luigi might able to slow down at some form or another. So there you go, you're gonna have to do this like a few also times, and then if you grab the rugby ball, and then you have to dive it into the center, and this is what you would able to actually deal the amount of damage to Metal Sonic, as you can see. That you have to deal with the forms of that particular gauge system, as you can see, because if it goes fulls up completely, then I would imagine about the fact that it will deal the massive amount of damage, but I don't know exactly for sure, just because it's been about quite a few days since we actually come back into this, because, you know how recently that we actually got ourselves Paper Mario the Origami King recently, so we did manage to able to play that for quite a bit. And the only progression we actually into right now in terms of Paper Mario the Origami King, as far as, you know, the game progression goes, we actually almost at the end of the blue streamer, which we're not going to spoil things too much about it, just because of how the fact that that particular game just came out recently, since you know, the 17th of July, as you guys can clearly tell for that point. So, but I digress. So as soon as you manage to deal the amount of damage to Metal Sonic, as you can see, then you were able to actually just accomplish that particular challenge. And right from the start though is the fact that we might able to get ourselves on next pass. Yes, now I can check out the view from the observatory. Here you go, my entry pass as promised. Yay, thank you. Now we can go to the Mercury Canoe. It'll be fun to watch some events with you guys. I'll tag along too. The observatory isn't going anywhere. I can come along, right?
Hey.
Sure thing, but we have to hurry. We've got the excitement battery to fill. So now Donkey Kong is now joining the actual team itself, so even though we can now able to actually just to deal with that. And also we can now able to actually use the next pass. And speaking of such, we also actually access to Metropolitan Gold Kick kind of mini game on the game room, as you can see right here. So that way we can play that anytime, anywhere, or anything else for that besides. Of course, it's pretty obvious. It says DK on the actual necktie. And looks like, oh, Amy from the likes of, well, in reference to the forms of Sonic CD or something like that. Yeah, which I think it might be actually be pretty obvious for that specific, you know, reference aside. So, yeah, a few things we want to explain about this before we move on, and that was the fact that recently, today's day is of course, the 20th of July today, in this case in 2020. Not much else has been going on, except, well, get this, the new Nintendo Direct has recently just announced today, during the forms of what else today? On Monday of all things, because I was expecting in the majority of those Nintendo Directs these days will attempt to be announcing most of them during the forms of the majority on Thursday, you know, just like the forms of you know, in the majority of 2018 or something. But it turns out it was actually by the forms of a little bit more different ratio. Like for instance, that since we've already got ourselves the excuse me, I got something on my throat there, I do apologize for that. But since we got ourselves the first Direct Mini, that it does manage to take place on Thursday, the 26th of March. But then, well, eventually at this point is the fact that we actually got ourselves our next Nintendo Direct. And it could be a general one, right? Well, turns out, much like the forms of in March, once again it's going to be a Nintendo Direct Mini, which I think it's pretty obvious by this point because of the stupid pandemic has been going on, and also because of how the fact that, well, it's all just a matter of not only because it was on Nintendo Direct Mini, but also it's like a different type, like for instance Partner Showcase, which I have no idea what that's about. But either way though, we'll discuss more details onto that though, whenever we get onto the forms of, although, tell you what though Sonic, we'll discuss onto that whenever we get onto on Friday. Oh yeah, because that way, that, eventually by this point until likely this week, that, not only do we need to able to actually just to realize that, we're almost done with the story mode, but also, the fact of the matter is though, is the fact that we've almost going to be able to conclude both Let's Plays at the moment, such as, of course, you know, Piglet is almost going to be finishing up with Pac-Man World 2, so expecting that he will be finished that particular Let's Play and during at some point in this week. And also, during the forms of in the weekend, that I'm almost pretty much going to be finishing up with, well, Mario Kart Super Circuit Let's Play, so expecting that particular Let's Play will also be finished by then. And as far as everything else is concerned, most notably with, of course, any other Let's Plays in mind, but then again, we'll discuss more about other topics until likely later on for the sake of time. So either way though, yeah, that's as far as it goes basically. So either way though, and again, we'll discuss more about the forms of Nintendo Direct mini announcements until at some point on Friday, because either way though, according to the forms of that particular, well, some stuff as far as I'm aware, as far as I can usually expect correctly, that that particular Direct Mini will only be held up for about 10 minutes, which is much shorter in comparison to the forms of Nintendo Direct Mini in March, and also for the majority of any other Nintendo presentations, including Pokemon Presents presentation and all that stuff, and also same applies to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC content. Speaking of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, actually, Sonic. Oh yeah, what is it? You know how the fact that we could expect to able to get ourselves DLC Pack 7 on its way? But it turns out, as we noticing this from before, that the actual Direct Mini is only going to showcase the actual partner showcase, which is alright, but then again though, we were expect to see more to it. Like, for instance, we were going to be able to expect to see My Celebration, specifically you know, the Super Mario's 35th anniversary, that it will eventually gonna happen, and during at some point throughout the majority of the year, but we just don't know when yet, because as a result, we have only just got the you know, the Nintendo Direct Mini, but in the forms of in the partner showcase, which I can assure to you it might able to actually showcase the majority of the third-party support or something like that. Or maybe it's pretty much going to be something else. But then again, we'll discuss more about that until if we, you know, just talk more about it until on Friday, as I said this before. Plus, because of our fact that we've almost nearly at the end of story mode of this Let's Play so far, so we can expect this much. So, and here's the mascot of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, right from the start, as you can see right there. Now we did manage to able to grab one of those question tickets and stuff. So yeah, I'll tell you what though, Mario, is the fact that once the actual, you know, the Tokyo 2020 will be, you know, just trying to be held up until likely in 2021, that we can able to actually get back into this game for likely dozens or so times, probably because, well, although we'll discuss more about it until likely sooner or later though, Sonic, once we finish up with this Let's Play first. So, anyways, let's go ahead and just get this little question ticket. And right from the start though is the fact that we able to run into, what else? That familiar Koopaling right here. Oh yeah, I know exactly what he is, Ludwig. Luigi and Tails. Larry informed me all about you lot. You took Magic Koopa's package from him. We didn't rob anybody. We beat him in an event for this battery, and we're only delivering it.
Hey.
That sounds the proof. That thing is the excitement battery. I was curious to see what Larry was so upset about. And he snatched it off. Yes, brilliant catch, Wendy. Ah, no, they were after the battery the whole time? Correct, we came to get it back for Larry. What's his is his, after all. I told you, we didn't take it from him. We hold on to the excitement battery, it's too late to try to talk about it. If this is so important, why don't you see if you can find a way to get it back? Ho 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 ho, Wendy, That's brilliant. That's a marvelous idea. However, I also like this idea. Whoever wins in a competition gets to keep that battery as its rightful owner. Yeah, let's do that one. I've waited long enough. Let me compete. No, wait. That's not quite it. I wouldn't mind hitting home with a gold medal and excitement battery under my belt. So, you're saying you want to face me in an event? Woo-ha-ha-ha. The event here is fencing. If you're confident in your chances with me, I'll happily prove you wrong. I don't care who wants to dance with me. The gold medal and the excitement battery are mine, win or lose. Woo-ha-ha-ha-ha. You're an odd one, but I like your flair. I'll fence with you. But hear me and let it be unknown. It is I who will win a gold medal. Okay, so it turns out that, yeah, the excitement battery has been taken, and because of that, we're now going to be competing against with another guest character, which appears to be Ludwig von Koopa. Ever since Injury forms have been, I think the last time he was actually become playable, he was actually buddy forms have been, the 3DS version of Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. But he now makes a comeback in new forms within the playable character department, but this time around, he's going to be competing in a different event, which as you can see, we actually finally make a return during new forms of the Olympic Games series. We've now actually brought back fencing, which, it's kind of weird how the fact that fencing in the console version of Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games does not show up, but I digress. So as you can see, we need to get about 10 points, and that's pretty much about it. Not that much of a challenge, after brutally honest here, but at the same time, that's actually ended up pretty quick for that particular match, as you can see right here. But regardless of everything else though, Mario, is the fact that I'm pretty sure the computer player seems to able to get a little bit dumped down than level 3 or something. I can't believe I lost. Aw, you, how could you lose to Waluigi of all people? Especially now, my goodness. And looks like the excitement battery is about to, well, increase, so eek. So in this case, we now ended up on the 5th slot. And it's just a matter of time for the 1 slot left. What is with that battery? What happened to it? This battery gets its charge from the cheering and excitement of the spectators. That's why we're going around competing at different venues, so we can charge this up. Ooh, that sounds so like work. I don't want anything so needly. Go on then. You can have that battery. I wasn't counting on anything so downright weird. This is great, Luigi. The battery's nearly at a full charge. Let's find another new venue.
Hey.
And apologize for that background noise you're going to be hearing just because these birds are really obnoxiously annoying today. But regardless of such though, we can now able to play as Ludwig in fencing. So either way though, before we move on to the next area that we need to able to visit onto, let's go ahead and find that particular familiar, question tickets, so that way we can able to actually save our progress for the sake of time. And of course, this will be also be played as individually or team, So, let's see how many fangs he's got. He's got about 5. Okay, seems a little bit promising enough. So, but either way though, we'll just go ahead and leave it to that. And we'll go ahead and leave this particular area as it is, or this particular venue I should say. And because of that, we are now going to be moving on to the next venue, which we haven't exactly discovered yet, and that is the forms of Kabisuzuka Futa, which, before we get on to that, let's head over to the Tokyo station quickly, because we actually totally forgot about the forms of that particular, you know, that question trivia tickets and stuff like that, so we can able to actually see it from here. So, but either way though, we can able to actually just leave it to that. So, either way though, let's go ahead and leave that area. So, anyway, the next destination we're going to be heading to is Kapuzia Theater, which again, I must admit that I do apologize for that particular mispronunciation of some of those Tokyo locations, because we haven't exactly been into Tokyo before, but we do know about Japan though, but it's just the fact that in most other locations, we do not know so much of it. And straight off the bat, Blaze the Cat. Tails. Luigi too. I'm sorry, but I'm busy. Whatever you want, can it wait? Busy? It seems like you were looking at Kabutsuka Theater. In between the Olympic events, I came in hopes to take in the Kubaika play. Pronunciation errors, I do apologize for that. But there were egg ponds in a way. Those overgrown, wind-up toys are keeping me from entering Kabakuzuka Theater. I concerned using my flames to get rid of them, but that would put Kazabakura Theater in danger. Oh, so that's what you were thinking about.
Hey.
Beg pardon? An entry pass for a venue? Why, is that an issue now? I mean, I do have one, but... Well, if you have one, would you consider giving it to us?
Hey.
I see. I get the picture now. Understood. Blaze, if you're willingly to give us your entry pass, we'll chase the egg pawns off for you.
Whoa.
You're serious? You can't do that without putting Kabakuzuka Theater at risk? Very well. If you can get the egg pawns to leave, this entry pass is yours. It's for Tatsukasika Surfing Beach, a fair distance away. This pass isn't easy to come by. But be careful, you don't want to get hurt. Have no fear, we competed in a lot of events already, and we came through with some big wins. We drive off all these pesky robots and earn your entry pass. Anyways folks, let's move on to... I might actually consider this to be the last game room challenge, which appears to be Kapuzia Clash, which again, I do apologize for that particular pronunciation error, but we're just gonna have to leave it as it goes by for the sake of commentary. So basically, once again, we're going to be playing as Tails for the majority of this particular game room challenge, and because of that, we need to take down all of these egg pawns as you can see on screen. But here's the thing though, is the fact that you can't really try to able to shoot them instantly, because otherwise they'll start to defend themselves. However, the biggest strategy for this is the fact that whenever they start managing to carrying out, you know, tons of spike balls as you can see on screen, this way, this allows them to able to actually just instantly get destroyed. And much like the forms of, you know, Skytree Rumble, you know, Game Room Challenge is the fact that you do have to rely on your health meter as well. And except the fact that this time around though, we're about to be taking on the forms of those egg pawns as opposed to Shy Guys ever since in the Sky Tree game room challenge. So, but either way though, and I'm assuming that you have to take down 30 of them, I'm presuming, because unlike in the ones in Sky Tree Rumble, that we have to able to, you know, to be more specifically, trying to take down 60 Shy Guys. But the biggest difference is now that also is the fact that rather than doing with the combat karate movements, instead we have to rely on that particular archery, bow, and your arrows, as you can see right here. Of course, you can able to actually speed things up a little bit by simply able to actually hold down the B button and at the same time use the analog stick in the process, so that way you can able to actually move your cursor a little bit more faster, as you can see right here. So, and also much like any other mini game challenges, is the fact that you also have to worry about the time limit, because if the time runs out, well, you have to restart the entire challenge all over again. So again, it seems it's not too bad though, honestly. It's just the fact of the matter is though, is that we have to specifically need to be fast on this part, because otherwise, if you somehow went too slow on some parts, then you would expect to able to actually make it just in time, as you can see right here. And we managed to clear out all sorts of those egg pawns, as you can see on screen. And I think that pretty much wraps it up in terms of the game room challenges, because as a result, this is the last one of them, so even then though, for the majority of the end of the game, it's going to be the events themselves basically. So, see? When I'm on the job, you don't have to worry about the outcome at all. I do see, yes, I can also see you've grown into a formidable competitor from all you've experienced.
Yes.
Here, your pass, as promised. Take it and go to Kasur Surfing Beach. Again, pronunciation errors, I do apologize for that. Thanks. Oh hey Blaze, why don't you come with us?
Oh.
Pardon? I should accompany you? It's always nice to have more friends with us. Very well, then I shall do what I can to help save Sonic and Mario. Thanks Blaze, let's hurry to Tarsukaskia Surfing Beach.
Hey.
It's gonna be a lot of pronunciation errors, I do apologize for that particular point folks. But anyways, now that Blaze is now joining the actual team, and also as you can see, we got ourselves an entry pass K, which meaning, in addition to able to actually unlock this particular final game room challenge, as you can see right here, but also, I think that particular entry pass, as far as we've got, that was actually the last entry pass at the moment, because at this point in time, we've only got about a few more events to go. Specifically, let's just say the, another one of these new events they actually introduced in this game, which we'll point it out whenever we get onto it. And also there's going to be another one in specifically in Tokyo 1964, because, well, we'll discuss more about it until whenever we get onto Wednesday. So anyway, so let's go in and see that little cinematic right here, which has actually ended up in the other side of Tokyo itself. And, well, this is where we can able to now actually access to the next area. Or in this case, the final area for the main story, as far as I'm aware. Unless if you really want to count the forms of other 3 sections, which again, we'll talk more about it until, well, specifically until on Friday, potentially. Along with the forms of any other announcements of, you know, Nintendo Direct Mini for the partner showcase. So, but I digress. So let's go ahead and just explore around on this particular beach. I gotta say, I'm actually feeling really generous with this particular beach, because I like to go to the beach, but unfortunately, just because of the stupid pandemic has been going on, this means we can't do anything at the moment in terms of like having holidays and such.
Hey.
And right from the start, we actually bump into, well, you know, wow, it's the big wide ocean. Being here makes me feel fantastic. Oh look, there's Rosalina, Luigi, and Tails. I have heard about your activities.
Whoa.
I understand you are charging a special battery in a bid to save Mario and Sonic.
Hey.
Yes, that's what we are doing. We're very close to filling the battery now.
Whoa.
Is that so? Then, would anyone like to compete in surfing with me here?
Yeah.
I think the spectators would be thrilled. Yeah, if someone can compete on the same level as Rosalina, I bet the crowd would cheer like crazy. It seems Donkey Kong is about to join in. Hey, it's the ocean. Yeah, I love it by the sea. Takes me back to our old tropical island. Are you good on a surfboard by any chance?
Whoa.
If you are, how would you like to enter the surfing competition like me? I'm sure we'll have a good match. Wow, this will be an awesome matchup. We'll be in the stands cheering rev up the crowd, guys.
Hey.
Just watch me, I'll make them go ape. There's some beautiful waves rolling in, the gallery goes bananas. Alright, we're now going to be competing against with, I will classify for saying also, this is the final guest character we're going to be unlocking, and that appears to be Rosalina. And it turns out we're going to be able to compete her in surfing shortboard. And basically, think of like, skateboard park as we've already did since the very beginning in story mode. But except rather than just trying to deal with on skateboard, instead we have to do some surfing, which is another one of those new Olympic events that is actually introduced in this game. So it's pretty cool, and obviously we'll try to able to actually just to aim for the most insane amount of points as we could. But then again, we'll try our best if we're able to actually just get ourselves our new record. But either way though, we're just gonna have to leave it to that. So yeah, basically all you have to do is just basically you just have to keep ranking up your points, and the more you keep on grinding more points, then you would able to actually just well, in addition to that though, Sonic, as you can see on screen, then you also have to rely on that particular combo potentials, which meaning about the fact that the more you do the actual excellent combos you can perform, then you would able to actually rank up some more points, as you can see on screen. Now, as you can see right from the forms of that particular the length of that particular wave section, as you can see right here, that once you get to the end section right here, the event itself will not be over, don't worry, because either way though, the event is always over when the timer itself is out. And basically, whenever you reach to the end section in that particular, you know, the wave section, as you can see, where it says like end of the wave, it will able to reset into the next wave, as you can see right here, just because for the sake of clarity for the forms of trying to able to perform a lot more tricks and aim for some more points, as you can see on screen. So but either way though, we can able to leave it to that. There's also a few rare occasions where you can able to actually just to keep your balance on the surfboard, so that way you can able to actually, once you get to the forms of that particular strong curve wave, as far as I'm aware, basically you can able to actually just to keep your balance going, and that way you would be able to actually get even more points, assuming if you're able to try to aim for combos potentially. So, and of course, like in any other events in this game, is the fact that you would able to pull off a special move by simply able to do just as that. And I think it will only give you about 100 points at minimum. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't do well in terms of max combo because we keep on like messing things up for timing aspect. But apart from those sort of things though, Sonic, we did that pretty good. But I will say, I actually really enjoyed the actual aesthetics about this particular event, as you can see. Well, apart from the fact there's too much water involved. Yeah, I know that, but hey, at least we did manage to win nonetheless. And I think the actual battery itself is fully charged. That's what you can see on screen right now. Look, your battery's filled up. Yes, we finally got the excitement battery fully charged. You expected any less from me and Rosalina in a surfing showdown?
Hey.
Mario and Sonic await your rescue. I am sure you are up to the challenge of saving them.
Hey.
Luigi, we have to hurry. Back to the Olympic Stadium we go. There can't be much time left. We have to switch in this battery right away.
Hey.
So now the battery itself, as I said before, is now full power. And also we've managed to unlock the final guest character, which appears to be Rosalina, which is only accessible in the surfing event, as you can see. So onwards to the next chapter, which is chapter 18, Hitting Back. Excellent, we understand each other. We'll meet you at the Natural Stadium, the starting point of the marathon. We gotta finish this before the battery runs out. Let's get a move on, Mario. So yeah, not much right to hum about though, apart from the fact that we need to get this little particular familiar tickets, as you can see, so we can understand the actual question trivias and stuff like that. So but either way though, we'll just go ahead and leave the volleyball event as it is. And, well, there's not much else to really talk about this at the moment. So, speaking of such though, Sonic, let's just say we got endings off here. Yeah, it's pretty obvious by this point. So join us next time for more of Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. It's that we'll eventually finish up story mode, so I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Later, fellas.